Did you know that the French word jeudi and the Spanish word jueves both come from the Latin term Jovis dies, meaning Jupiter's day? In English, Thursday comes from Thor's day, and Thor was the Norse version of Jupiter. Hello you! I hope that you're doing well. I hope that you're comfortably seated and ready for our talk about Zeus. But before, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell before letting me know in the comments how you're doing. So, Zeus is the god of the gods. He is one of the most, if not the most, important figure in mythology. Greek made frequent sacrifices to him and built countless temples and sanctuaries in his honor. It was also well known that he was the god of suppliants, so anybody seeking help or assistance would pray Zeus. Zeus is ruling the sky and the heavens, and his weapons are the thunderbolt and the lightning flash. I will not start with the birth of Zeus because I already told you that in my last video. But I will start with an event that occurred just before the war that Zeus won with his brothers and sisters. I want to tell you more about Zeus' first wife, Metis. I went a bit far last time and I want to give you more details about her. So Zeus came back from Crete, where he grew up, with his shield Aegis, and he's ready to fight. But coming back, he met Metis, Oceanus' daughter, so his cousin, and they got married. Metis is the goddess of cunning and wise counsel, and she is the one to tell Zeus to not fight Cronus on his own. And also thanks to Metis, Zeus became a god who thought and planned, unlike his father and his grandfather. Metis was also behind the solution to make Cronus throw up his children. She fed Cronus an herb that was supposed to make him invincible, but instead it made him ill and he threw up his children. You know the rest of the story. But there is a prophecy regarding Zeus too. Like his father and his grandfather, he is to have a son who is gonna steal all his powers. And therefore, he is gonna swallow Metis as soon as she is pregnant. But how? Well, Metis had the power to change her appearance, so Zeus asked her to change herself into a droplet, and Zeus drank her up. Shortly after, he fell in love with his aunt, Themis, and they got married. In the meantime, Metis gave birth to Athena in Zeus's head. The smith god Hephaestus split Zeus's head into with an axe, and Athena came out fully armed. Well, Zeus' life with Themis started to have a really good impact on the cosmos. More precisely thanks to their children, the Horai and the Moirai. 6 daughters, so no risks for Zeus. The Horai represents peace, order, and justice. When the Moirai, also known as the Fates, are the 3 sisters Clotho, Lachesis, and Atropos. They decide the span of each individual life by means of a thread. The first goddess spins, the second measures, and the third cuts at the moment of death. Well, now that Zeus is god of the gods, ruling from the top of Mount Olympus, now that he has been named most powerful of all the gods in the universe, let's face it, Zeus has the power to choose any woman to become his queen. And to be his queen, he chose Hera, his sister, and also his third and final wife. Final wife? But what about his 3,862 children he had after that? Well, Hera is his official wife, but Zeus is also known for having children left and right with plenty of goddesses, but also human women. I will do my best to not forget anybody. I'm gonna review the names with you. For some of them, I'm gonna make special videos because they deserve more time and attention. But let's start with the children that Zeus had with Hera. There are only 4. 2 sons, Ares and Hephaestus, and 2 daughters, Hebe and Elatia. You know Ares, the god of war, and his Latin name is Mars. And you might know Hephaestus because he's the god of fire and blacksmith, and his Latin name is Vulcan. Elatia is the goddess of childbirth, and Hebe is the goddess of eternal youth. Zeus was overcome with gratitude and happiness with the children he had already, but it never was enough, so Zeus started to cheat on Hera and had more children with other women. He had Persephone, my favorite, with his sister Demeter, Hermes with Maia the nymph, Tentale with Pluto, another nymph, Pandia with Selene, the 9 muses with his aunt Mnemosyne, Artemis and Apollo with his cousin Leto, Dionysos with Semele, and Endymion with the nymph Callis. Zeus is really happy. His family is becoming bigger and bigger. He has more and more children, but he's a bit fed up with his life on Mount Olympus. And so he decided to see what's happening on Earth. On Earth, he fell in love with a lot of women. And then also on Earth, he had a lot of children, including Heracles and Perseus, 2 of the greatest Greek heroes. And he also had Helen and Pollux with Leda on Earth. You might have noticed in the intro, Zeus' Latin name, Roman name, is Jupiter. By the Roman, he was often considered as Optimus Maximus, meaning the biggest and the best. And because he's the god of the heavens and of lightning, the color that represents him is white. And in his honor, when a Roman consul would be elected, he would wear white on his inauguration day, and he would go in front of one of Jupiter's temple to make a sacrifice. Romans also believed that Jupiter was riding a quadriga. A quadriga was a chariot drawn by 4 white horses. Therefore, Roman emperors would ride quadrigas just to make the people know that they had the same power as Zeus in the heavens. It was a lot of fun to do this video for you, and I actually learned a lot. I hope you too. So in the meantime, I wish you a wonderful day, and I see you next week for the next presentation of the next god. Bye!